make that decision tonight. Let's move on. 1 p.m. Eastern. Baltimore Ravens 8-4, 4-2 on the road at Pittsburgh Steelers 5-7, 2-3 at home at Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 45 Fahrenheit showers, 5 miles per hour. And Leo said it has G-Men outright. Wow. All right, let's take a look at the line history here for Ravens Steelers. This is going to be an ugly one. Steelers open up at -2.5. It opened up -2.5 at -118. So it's gone 5 cents back to the Ravens. -2.5, -113. From a total perspective, I know that the books, like if we go to Bet365, how about that? They opened this up, 2 weeks ago, and it was 41. When it moved to 38.5, Sunday night at 8:30. But a spot like Pinnacle, they opened it at 37 as a pick'em. There's been a 4-cent move to the over 37. It's very, very, very low total here. Sky Dragon says Baltimore money line, and I get it. Let's see where the cash lies here. 5,627 tickets in. They've given Sports Insight's given the Steelers about 25%, maybe a little 30% line value. 54% of the tickets, 87% of the cash is on Baltimore. 57% of tickets, 73% cash is on the over in this one. Sky Dragon says Baltimore in teasers. Randy Mitchell says it's a 3-point game either way. Ravens come in off a 10-9 win at home over the Broncos that saw Lamar Jackson leave early with a knee injury. It's sprained PCL. He's week to week. Usually sidelines a player 1 to 3 weeks. Harbaugh's already said that Jackson's less likely to play Sunday versus the Steelers. Huntley replaced Jackson and got the Ravens a victory. He played in 7 games last year, threw for 1,081 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Also ran for 294 yards and 2 touchdowns. Huntley finished 27-32, but just 187 yards. Ran 10 times for 41 yards and a touchdown. But he stepped up when they needed him to. 91-yard drive and 16 plays on the final possession. Capped it with a 2-yard touchdown with 28 seconds left. I mean, that makes your teammates believe in you, and they believed in him last year. Even though they went on a big losing streak, he played pretty well. And you could tell by that last drive this year that he must have learned something from those tight losses last year. Mark Andrews led receivers with 4 catches, 53 yards. DeMarcus Robinson, 741. Ravens finished just 3 for 13 on third down, finished with just 285 yards of offense. But the defense was strong, held the Broncos to 12 first downs. They sacked Wilson twice. They hit him 4 times. They failed to force a turnover for the first time in 14 games, and they also had fewer than 3 sacks for the first time in 8. Patrick Queen was carted off in the fourth quarter with a thigh injury. Harbaugh says x-rays are negative. It's just a bruise, and he's expected to play this week. Linebacker Christian Welch is in concussion protocol. Patrick McCarry injured his foot, and I couldn't get more information. They're already missing Ronnie Stanley, who's dealing with the ankle injury on their offensive line. So losing McCarry hurts. Steelers coming off their second straight road win, 19-16 at Atlanta. Kenny Pickett, 16-28 for 197 yards and a touchdown. Now it's gone 4 straight games without an interception. 128 passes without an interception. Steelers are 4-4 in the 8 starts since he's taken over. Freiermuth, 3 catches for 76 yards. Deontay Johnson, 5 for 60. Najee Harris, 17 for 86. The defense was strong throughout. Held the Falcons to 306 total yards, 3 of 10 on third down, 1 sack, 3 quarterback hits. Minkah Fitzpatrick, 7 tackles and a pick. Levi Wallace hurt his arm in the first half. I was trying to get information and I couldn't, so maybe there's nothing to worry about. Strong safety Terrell Edmonds was injured in the first play of the second half, and the right tackle Okorafor is dealing with an undisclosed injury, and I guess we'll have to wait for the Wednesday injury report for that. Take it away for us. This is an interesting one here. I'm looking forward to hear your breakdown, Andy. Ravens Steelers.
Yeah, I played this under. I think all these Denver unders have kind of desensitized me to be able to play unders that are in the 30s, whereas in years past, that's a scary proposition. It doesn't take a lot of scores, a slip defender or a quick pick 6, and all of a sudden this gets real dicey. But I think what we're doing with Kenny Pickett has kind of been telling. Like, the fact that he isn't throwing those interceptions is for a reason. I think they've kind of reined him in. He hasn't been as gunslingery, and that cuts both ways. He's kind of a boom or bust player when he was playing early like that. And now that they've reined him in a little, it's a it's quietly effective, but it's not a dynamic offense. Like, I think they can get this win, but I think it's going to be a similar scoreline to last week. And both these defenses have played really good. The Baltimore Ravens defense is taking it up kind of a notch here. I have them as a pretty highly ranked defense in my numbers right now. And really, the offense without Lamar is kind of dead in the water at times. So I'm fine with it. And the Steelers, middle of the road defense, if you look at their entire season, but they were missing some really important pieces for chunks of that. Like once this Pittsburgh's defense is completely healthy, it's very good. So yeah, I'm kind of biting the bullet here, taking a gross under -37.
We can get you the 37.5 at -110 at Pinnacle.
I'll take it. Yeah, I got to shop around for this. I haven't placed anything. Well, but since I do have that Bills over, but I haven't bet anything. I'm kind of shopping as I go.
Yeah, I've only made 2 bets, and they're in the same game, and they're coming up in the afternoon section of Sunday. Under 37.5, free bet on the spread right now. Who do you take? 2.5 on either side. Who would you back, Ravens or Steelers?
Probably Steelers. Well, you can just Huntley didn't show much outside that last drive, and against a normal offense, that's not enough. Like even a middle of the road to slightly below average offense, like Pittsburgh's going to score, a little bit. It's not going to be as sad as what we see coming out of Denver. So, yeah, they're going to need quite a bit more from him, and I just don't see it happening. So a little bit on Pittsburgh if I had to bet it.
Ooh, yeah, this is going to take.
Maybe Huntley's a little better with a week to prep, but Pittsburgh gets a week to scheme against him as well.
Yeah, this is going to take a little bit more time for me. Sky Dragon made a 1.5 point adjustment from Lamar to Huntley, and Randy Mitchell says Lamar to Huntley is a 6.5 point downgrade. So Capper's seeing Huntley differently here, and yeah, do the Steelers? Does Tomlin keep his streak of 500 football at the end of the year? You think they can finish up 9 and 8? They've turned it around. I'd have to look at their schedule, but I'm surprised we're sitting here with the Steelers 5-7.
Yeah, going 4-1 would be tough, but it starts here.
Sky Dragon says Kenny Pickett's faced some pathetic defenses. Birdie says Steelers' defense is not as good as Denver's defense.
I don't think anyone is.
No, I mean they were the best in AFC points wise. I wonder if this gets to 3. I wonder if because right now the Steelers -2.5 is -115. Randy Mitchell played some Steelers to make the playoffs plus 1260. I have some interest in the Ravens, but this is not going to be a move I make tonight. And I actually have some interest in your under 37.5. I see Sky Dragon saying it won't get there. Probably not. But I see why you think it can still go under.
And a couple people pointed out, yeah, the Ravens are probably at juicy teaser leg as well. Getting it out to, 8.5 and a very low total.
Yeah. Papa Call said some legals had 3 this morning. Let me just see if I can find any right now quickly, and then we'll move on to the next spot on the board. Again, it's Tuesday night, 9:13 p.m. Eastern, but let's see if we can find anything close to 3 here. And no, but the plus 2.5 is even money now at Pinnacle, so keep an eye on it. All right, and we have a move from Andy, the under 37.5 -110. I like it. I like it. I think that can cash. You have to think that this will be less points in the Falcons Steelers game, and that ended at 35. So, okay, we move on, and that is the end of our 1 p.m. slate.